by some of the players that are scrolling around right now. We're going to be doing a 2015-2016 NBA 2K rebuild of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now I know you're thinking why this might be an important year. Well, this is actually because I think this might be the final year that KD and Westbrook are actually together on the Thunder. I think this is the year that they lose to the Warriors, and I think this is the year that he joins the Warriors after. I think after this offseason, I think he does. Yeah, so I'm going to try to, I guess, prevent that and see if I can maybe win a title, maybe win a championship, 2 championships, maybe just at least make it to the NBA Finals. I don't know. We're going to be seeing how we can sort of improve this team. As you can see, the stat line from the 2015-2016 season, pretty great. Obviously, KD that year was an amazing player. Westbrook was obviously in his bag during these days as well. Prime Westbrook, prime KD. Then we also had the resurgence of Serge Ibaka, who I guess took over the role as the third option, letting James Harden go and sort of letting Serge be that third option guy. Also got Steven Adams here, which is pretty nice, and his Cantor, which is pretty wild to think about. His Cantor was like kind of like an up-and-coming player during this time period. I don't know why his contract is so big, but I guess I don't know if that's a real contract. Also, by the way, this is a downloaded roster, so if any contracts, anything is looking weird, not correct, it's the roster creator's fault, I guess, but I think this is actually pretty accurate, so yeah. So far in the rebuild, haven't done anything. I will be doing some trades and stuff, and no, this isn't a realistic rebuild. I'm going to be trading players just the way I see them, so sorry if I'm trading away players that don't really make sense. Hey, it is just a regular rebuild. Not going to do realistic rebuild in this one. Kind of an interesting one here with Andre Roberson off the bench as well. Actually, he's going to be starting for us. Ooh. I don't know how much I like that. Maybe if I can find maybe a better, more offensively gifted player than Andre Robertson, I think this would be a little bit better. And that might be my first thing I try to do. Also, with Enes Kanter, like I said, for some reason, and again, I don't know if this is correct or not, I remember him getting a big time contract one time, but I don't know if it's this big of a contract. Did Enes Kanter get paid over $100 million 1 year? I don't know. That's pretty wild. But since he is getting paid so much, I think it might be actually a smart move to maybe free up some cap space and maybe for next season, find a good trade, maybe even a starting 2 guard, maybe, or even just deepening the bench because our bench is pretty dog duty. We have Kanter and we have DJ Augustine, but other than that, definitely gonna need some help. Oh yeah, and also I think to worry about, we have all the current Thunder picks, so we have all 27 first-round picks that the Thunder have, and I guess just to be fair, when I'm doing trades, I'm not gonna use those picks, so I'm only gonna be using the Thunder picks. I'm not gonna be using the other picks, so keep that in mind. Oh wow, this is actually a good start to a little trade finder. Definitely looking for a better 2 guard and getting Avery Bradley there would be a perfect matchup next to Russell Westbrook, and then also depthing the bench with getting Jay Crowder. That's pretty nice. Oh, wow, DeAndre Jordan. That'd be pretty good, but no, I really want to keep my bench depth. Al Jefferson, holy cow. Okay, that's actually not bad. He's a pretty good offensive-minded big man. Tobias Harris. Wow, that's a big contract from the Magic. I didn't know he got paid that much. Ooh, this is also a really good one. TJ Warren. TJ Warren can kind of play the shooting guard position. He's 6'8". Let's see a stat line from this year. Oh, actually, not that great of a shooter. That's their current state in the NBA. But then PJ Tucker, that's a really good, solid pickup for a veteran, and also just TJ Warren would be nice to have. He's also on a cheap contract. But I don't know, man. That Avery Bradley one, I think this might be better also because we're kind of in a win now mode. I think having 2 sort of in their prime guys is better than having 1 young guy and then 1 guy is kind of like a veteran. Yeah, you know what? Kind of depthing the bench, getting a better 2 guard, put Robert Robertson on the bench, again depthing it a little bit more. I like this. So a first round pick, Enes Kanter. Again, this is probably not going to be it's probably not a very realistic trade, but the trade we're looking at. Also, again, pretty nice little free agent here. Going to be an addition to the bench. We have Carlos Boozer coming off the bench. Boozer during this time, probably not the greatest pickup, but hey, whatever can help us can help us. And keep in mind that definitely during the 2015, 2016, 2014, late 2010s, nowadays there are a lot of, two-headed monsters. Some obviously big-time teams like the Warriors and the Cavaliers with LeBron, Kyrie, and Love. I feel like if we can just have a nice, good, deep bench and also some great starting lineup play, we have a good shot, and I think we do right now. With having Crowder, Augustine, Roberson, and Carlos Boozer off the bench, not bad. Crowder, that's a great pick. I'm very excited about that. Then we're going to just start Steven Adams, just have a defensive anchor down there with Serge Ibaka, KD, and then Bradley and Westbrook as our backcourt. That's not bad. And as you can see, the game also thinks so. Starting off pretty great, only losing 7 games so far halfway through the season. For some reason, the Timberwolves are like a super good team. Karl Anthony Towns as a rookie is a god. I don't know why the creator of this roster made a rookie Karl Anthony Towns just an absolute beast. Kind of doesn't make sense, but oh well. Then we have the Dallas Mavericks as the worst team in the NBA with an old 87 overall Dirk. Oh yeah, that's the year I think also when Chandler Parsons signs that humongous contract to the Mavericks. Yikes, that definitely also did not pan out so well for them. And then of course the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference is LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Magic team is really good. For some reason, I think that might also be a rookie Aaron Gordon, which, man, he definitely had a lot of upside. Oh my god, look at the Raptors. Oh, I miss this Raptor team with DeMar and Lowry and all of them, Terrence Ross. Such a good squad. Taking a look at the league leaders in scoring, we have Lillard actually 3rd and then KD 4 right here. Looking like a nice little MVP candidate for sure. Then obviously LeBron is just right behind him as well. Pretty terrifying, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Wow, even CJ McCollum is pretty high up there at 85 overall. Pretty crazy. When taking a look at the rest of the squad here. Oh, man, I think we need a little bit more scoring. Oh, no. You know what, that is probably also a problem. Is that, like, the tendencies and stuff on these players are from, like, nowadays, currently. Not like back in the day when, obviously, like, DJ Augustine and Avery Bradley were probably better scorers. That's gonna hurt us a little bit. Oh, well. Oh, and also just, like, a random screenshot of the All-Stars. These are my All-Stars, 2010 All-Stars. You have, Al Horford in there. You have DeMar DeRozan, Paul Millsap, Blake Griffin. Oh, my goodness. Brooke Lopez even made the All-Star team as well. Oh yeah, I definitely miss this era of basketball. Even look at that, DeMarcus Cousins. Man, DeMarcus Cousins during this time period was probably the best big man in the NBA, probably. Anyways, your boy Kevin Durant wins MVP pretty wild, averaging 28, 8, and 5. Nearly 2 steals and 2 blocks, averaging at 50, 40, 90. An amazing player. And yeah, see, Karl Anthony Towns Rookie of the Year. For some reason, the creator of this guy, he made him too good, I think. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player of the Year, and then else, Coach of the Year. So yeah, we went 67 and 15 in our first season. So yeah, that's actually really good. And again, this team is already super good. It's the playoffs that really scare me. That's something we really have to look out for. Oh wow, so Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant made All-NBA first team. That's amazing. I wonder if that ever happened in real life. Did Katie and Russ ever make All-NBA first team together, or were they always on different teams? Actually, I have no idea. I should probably look that up or something. Now, of course, the playoffs are here, and it looks like we're going up against the Utah Jazz or the Clippers. Really would rather go up against the Jazz, the Clipper team, that Lob City Clipper team. That's kind of a dangerous squad to go up against, not gonna lie. Oh, the 76ers are also doing pretty well. I think this might be an early Joel Embiid appearance. Okay, yeah, so we do go up against the Utah Jazz. That's really good. Get to avoid the Lob City Clippers there. Because, yeah, you can see here, it's not really the typical, well, I guess it would be the typical Utah Jazz team, but it's just pretty much Gordon Hayward and a couple of other guys there. And then, yeah, the Warrior team. I'm so scared. I do not want to face them. I think we might lose against them to go up against the Timberwolves. And, yeah, they also have the Spurs down there we have to worry about. God, this is going to be so tough. Oh, wow, the Jazz actually take game 1. Wait, this should be an easy series. Here we go. Okay, 1-1. Come on, 2K. 2K, stop it. Okay, you know what? I think I might have to do a coach setting already. You're kidding. Why is 2K doing this to me? Alright, well, I do a quick coach setting here, and I got to do a tightening of the rotation, better was a couple games. Game 7, Westbrook had a good one. Let's see. What? Rodney Hood is their leading scorer. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Trey Burke is not carrying the Jazz past this Thunder team ever in his career. No offense, he's a great player, but Jesus. Okay, well that was just a 2K being 2K thing. Going up against our nemesis, our rivals, the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors, the team that ended it all. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a lucky little run here. Okay, 2-0. Wow, no way. Oh god. Oh wait, you know what was actually kind of funny about this? Just that this is actually where I think the Thunder were at last time they met up against the Warriors during this time, right? They were up 3-1 and they ended up losing the series, but as you can see, we don't have that problem. We don't see a repeat in history here, so that's really great actually. Okay. Russell Westbrook is wow, he's doing really good, honestly. Klay Thompson kind of has a struggling game here. How much is he averaging? Oh, he's actually kind of averaging kind of what he always averages, so the upper to mid-20s. Okay, actually, that's pretty perfect. It's pretty spot on. Okay, well, I don't know. We struggled more against the Utah Jazz. Just to show you guys, like, again, no cheating, no funny business, no anything like that. But interesting. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, we're going up against the I guess it would be the Kawhi Leonard-led Spurs team. They still have Tim Duncan and all those guys, and LaMarcus Aldridge, but Kawhi Leonard's still that best player on that team. And then you have the Raptors going up against the LeBron James-led Cavalier team. It might be LeBronto still. Let's see. We're doing a pretty good job against the Spurs. Yeah, great job, guys. Oh man, I'm so happy. This is actually really fun. Let me know, obviously, down in the comments if you guys want me to do a different team, maybe during this era. Maybe you want me to do an era earlier, maybe like a 2000s team. Definitely let me know down in the comments, because this is actually a lot of fun to sort of see all this stuff. And yeah, LeBron James doing a pretty amazing job against the Raptors, like he always does. Pretty sad, but hey, this is the matchup. Yep, the Thunder, the Cavaliers, LeBron, KD, the Thunder, a little bit older now. It's not having to worry about that big 3 Miami Heat sort of veteranness anymore. Okay, we take game 1, take game 2. I'm just gonna say that we got this. Come on, yeah. Man, I mean, that's pretty crazy that our biggest scare was in the first round, and quite honestly, we might have even been out in the first round if we didn't do a coach setting there. Also, crazy, Russell Westbrook actually wins the Finals MVP. That's actually pretty insane. Do you think if they ever went to the Finals, Russell Westbrook would ever win a Finals MVP over Kevin Durant? That's pretty wild. Wow, Kyrie Irving has a couple bad games here and there, and that's definitely not going to be very good for the Cavaliers, obviously, without having a sort of a great secondary scorer. Kevin Love doesn't really step up all that much, so yeah, Kyrie cannot have bad games like that. That's pretty crazy. But even our scoring was pretty great. Very happy about our team, but we can't improve. I feel like we can improve just a little bit. But I guess we'll just have to see in the offseason, because yeah, we are gonna be going into season number 2. So for season number 2, I did upload the 2016 NBA draft class to this rebuild as well. So you're gonna be seeing like Ben Simmons and who else was in that draft class, like Brandon Ingram, players like that in this draft class. So if I can try to snag one, I'll try to snag one. I'll show you guys later on what my roster looks like. But going into free agency, which is the most important thing, for some reason, again, I think the contracts are mixed up, because Russell Westbrook is actually a free agent, and I think Kevin Durant should have been a free agent, right? Because he leaves to join the Warriors in free agency. So I have no idea what's going on. So I guess I'll just like re-sign Russell Westbrook, even though Damian Lillard is here, and just on the off chance that Russell Westbrook declines, maybe I'll try to get him. I don't know, but no, I'm gonna really try to get Russell Westbrook, and I end up getting Russell Westbrook. Okay, so we get Russell Westbrook back. Pretty much the same starting lineup. Obviously, winning a title, want to keep the guys together. The only thing I do improve on is the offense. So getting a nice offensive big man to back up a defensive-minded big man in Steven Adams with Al Jefferson, and also getting up an offensive-minded guard in Seth Curry. So we get a young Seth Curry looking pretty good. Obviously, a great three-point shooter. And I think we'll just help out with our offense a little bit better, more stretching of the floor, letting more, I guess, open space for KD and Russell Westbrook to do their thing. And also in the draft, I drafted a couple of maybe some well-known guys. Maybe I got Buddy the draft, and also I think I signed like Christian Wood from being a free agent. So we have Woods, Siakam, and Buddy Hield coming off as like our rookie guys, which God would be an absolutely insane thing if that happened in real life. But anyways, those guys don't matter, so you don't have to worry about me cheating. Those guys are just rookies; they're not gonna even get any playing time. But you would think we had that God squad of a team because our record looks like it. The Nuggets actually got Damian Lillard in free agency, which would absolutely destroy me if that happened back then. Playing with a young Jokic and looking pretty nice. The Lakers are actually the worst team in the NBA because they are Kobe-less. And I know you're thinking, ASM Baller, wow, Jake Baller, where's Kobe? Did he retire? No, your boy Kobe actually left to go home to Philadelphia. He's going to play on the Philadelphia 76ers for his final season in 2016, playing alongside, guess what, James Harden. Yes, James Harden in the 2K Sims signed with Philadelphia, and an early young Joel Embiid with Kobe Bryant. That's a God squad, man. That's crazy. But yeah, our record's looking pretty good. We only lost 3 games so far in this season. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook on the same team together might be a 2K simulator glitch, and looking pretty good for us. Taking a look at the league leaders in scoring, obviously Steph Curry, an amazing player, and taking a look at our own scoring, we already saw KD's top 10 in scoring, Russell Westbrook doing amazing as well. But again, I think the tendencies is really hurting me because again, like Seth Curry should be averaging more. I feel like Avery Bradley should be averaging more. I know that's Ibaka. Whoa, that's crazy. Russell Westbrook won MVP. So we had KD winning MVP, Russell Westbrook winning Finals MVP, and now Russell Westbrook winning an MVP over KD, and we also go 17-9. Wow, so we're just like doing everything the Warriors are doing right now. That's crazy. So we have a KD MVP or Westbrook MVP, and then we went 73-9, tying the 2015-16 Golden State Warrior record. That's actually pretty sick to think about. Looks like I'm doing a pretty good job at making sure this team keeps Kevin Durant right, hopefully. That's pretty funny. Oh wow, Paul George is actually doing amazing as well. That'd be kind of fun to do like an early Paul George Indiana Pacer rebuild. I would love to try to save Paul George from leaving Indiana. He was definitely one of my favorite players during that era of basketball. Well, we're obviously the 1 seed. The Warriors are the 2 seed. That crazy Philly team is the 1 seed of the East. That's a scary, scary, scary team. Oh man, going up against the Lob City Clippers. I was kind of afraid to go up against this team. They have a 90 overall Blake Griffin, at the prime Chris Paul against Russell Westbrook matchup. That's gonna be fun to watch. Okay, maybe not because we're doing pretty good against them. Oh my god, okay, we sweep them. Okay, maybe this was a little bit of an easier rebuild. Let me know again down in the comments. Should I do like a harder rebuild, like I don't know what would be a fun rebuild, maybe like a Carmelo Anthony's Knicks rebuild. That could be pretty fun. Try to get Melo a ring in New York. That could be pretty cool to see. Oh wow. Oh wait, I didn't even notice before that Anthony Davis signed with the Suns with Devin Booker. So instead of Aiden and Booker, it's Booker with Anthony Davis. That's pretty crazy. We are going up against the Utah Jazz again, which scares me because they definitely almost beat us last time. Oh my god. I mean, I guess it is a really good defensive team, and they also have prime Al Horford, so it kind of makes sense, but still, I feel like we shouldn't be struggling too hard. Like, why is Kevin Durant struggling? Who's locking up Kevin Durant? Okay, so we're up 3-2. Don't go to game 7. There we go. Okay, game 6, we lock it up. Man, it's funny that this Utah Jazz team is actually the scariest team we're facing in this rebuild. I don't know why we were struggling so much against them. Okay, so we do end up against the Warriors again. Oh wait, I actually just realized LeBron actually didn't even make it to the conference finals. They lost to the Magic in the first round. The Cavaliers did. Wow. I guess Vucevic and Aaron Gordon was too much of a match for LeBron, which is interesting because the team is actually pretty good with Marcin Gortat there playing center. But we are going against the Warriors. It looks like it's still the same Warrior squad. They have JaVale McGee. Oh, they actually signed Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench. That's pretty interesting. Oh, it looks like they lost Harrison Barnes to free agency. Let's see how much that hurts them. And then that Philly team's beating them for sure. Yeah, that Philly team is so good. Yep, we both sweep. Okay. Alright, well, this team is definitely the battle of the rebuild. And again, just to show you guys, like, no funny business, no simulator difficulty changed or anything like that, but, yeah, going up against the young Joel Embiid, James Harden, Kobe Bryant, oh god, yeah, they take game one. Harden, Embiid, oh yeah, Jahlil Okafor, oh my god, that's right, he's actually kind of good during this time period. Oh no, oh no. Guys, I'm nervous. Katie and Russ is doing good, but yeah, look at that, Kobe Bryant. You know what, this makes a lot of sense because Kobe right now would be trying to get his 6th ring to match Michael Jordan. Of course, he's going to be tryharding for sure. Okay, we come back and win 2 games. Okay, so 2 games, 2 games. Come on, game 6, we win. I'm sorry, that's game 5. Can we win in 6? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we end up beating this absolute god squad, and Russell Westbrook wins another Finals MVP. So Katie had the first MVP, then Russ has 2 Finals MVPs and an MVP. Russell Westbrook looking pretty good, not gonna lie, but I think we all know in real life Katie would probably get all the MVPs, all the Finals MVPs, but yeah, see, look at that, Russell Westbrook, you shouldn't even get Finals MVP, you had a break of a game in what is that, game 5 or game 6? Yeah, no way you're getting a Finals MVP like that. I think you probably should have went to KD, but anyways, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Let me know again down in the comments if you guys have a different, maybe era, like a late 2000s team, or again maybe another 2015 team I can try to rebuild. Maybe try to